I think sports is a very important building block for a healthy community because sports is not just about physical activity. It's about building social connection and community. It's about learning skills that can be useful to you in a range of activities in life for months and years afterward. What worries me is that sports and physical activity have been vanishing from too many of our schools and communities. They've been edged out by cost cuts and by a thinking that tells us that time in the classroom in front of a textbook or a computer is always more valuable than time spent actively, on the playground. And what people don't often recognize is that these things aren't independent. There's some evidence to suggest, in fact, that when kids are allowed to be physically active in school, it actually improves their academic performance. It reduces behavioral disturbances. I can't think of any parents out there who wouldn't want fewer behavioral disturbances in their children. But physical activity is actually an important piece of that. But people don't always know that. They think, oh, it's a nice to have and not a necessary. But sports are a way to make physical activity fun and palatable to young kids. They're a way to also help them build relationships with each other that are based on collaboration and cooperation, skills which are useful certainly later in life. I think we could all agree that it would be great if there was more collaboration and cooperation in our country. That can start with something as simple as being on a sports team. And so I think sports, we have to, I think, move away from this understanding that sports is a nice to have, that it's an extra. We have to see it as part and parcel of how we build a foundation for a healthy life for our children. And I should also mention adults here too, because kids aren't the only ones who need sports. I will actually tell you just on a personal note that many times, when I walk home, I actually walk by the National Mall, which is, as many of you know, that large green space between the Capitol building and the Washington Monument. And what's so great during the summer is actually to see all the folks who are out there playing soccer, playing kickball, playing football. And every time I see that, I'm just reminded of how much joy people get from playing sports. I love to watch sports, but I think we should be encouraging people even more to play sports, to get out there and to be active themselves. So, yeah, that's what I think about sports. Sports are an important part of how we build a foundation for healthy living. And the truth is, when we don't build a foundation for healthy living for our kids, we get what we have today.